Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Plug Talk Sports live show, new edition. It's the last day of May. It's May 31st. That's crazy. We're about to head into June. I'm Danny Torres, Steven Lopez.
What's up, everybody? How's
And
everybody doing on this fine Monday evening?
today is a special day. It's Memorial Day, and we got a little video that we would like to show you guys before we get this things going on the show.
Let me bring it up.
It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like the founding fathers, grave and gray-haired. But most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. We owe them a debt we can never repay. All we can do is remember them, what they did, and why they had to be brave for us.
Yeah, so I would like just to take a time to say something because I feel like in our day and generation, I feel like people just see today as just a holiday and like, a day to go to the beach, get drunk and whatnot, go on the boat or whatever. They got an extra day off. Um, but it's not about that at all. And you know what I was thinking about? One of my friends that was in my church group is actually a veteran. And he
Really?
told me, yeah, he told me he's like, I never understood why people say Happy Memorial Day when there's nothing happy about it. It's like he told me it's like saying Happy Funeral Day.
Hmm.
Um, like today is just supposed to be about remembering like all these men and women who paid. Look, I have respect for doctors, first responders, police officers, but like there's not the ultimate sacrifice of laying your life on the line for your fellow countrymen and for the basic rights and freedoms that we have that some people complain about every day. They have that right to complain about those basic freedoms because these people, and not just today, Memorial Day, but like every single day, these people are laying their lives on the line to protect our country. And that's what today is supposed to be about, is remembering those people, those men and women who have fallen for our country. And we've had our own leaders now who think that this is just a long weekend, but it's not really about that. It's about remembering, our fallen soldiers, and I have family and that have served in the Marines in Afghanistan and stuff like that. So I appreciate our military greatly.
Definitely, man. And that video was inspiring, and just like you said, it's something that a lot of people don't think about, and they don't spend the time remembering, and rather spend it at the beach, enjoying the long weekend. But as the guy said, there's nothing happy about it, and until you've
Yeah,
been in someone else's shoes that has served, you don't know what it's like, really. And all you can do is appreciate those people, and express our gratitude on a day like this. So thank each and every single one of our military members for going out there and laying their lives on the line for us.
yeah, for sure. It's definitely it gets quite emotional. I got quite emotional a little bit after during watching that video, especially the part with the kids, because some of these people, like, they don't get their mom or dad back. They go out, they never make it back home, and
Mhm.
just imagine as a kid, man, like, you don't get your parent back.
Yeah, you see them leave, and they're gonna come back in a few months, but they don't really understand, that they might not come back. And I can't imagine what it's like, being one of those officers that has to knock on the door. And those
Yeah,
people, once they see you knock on the door, they know exactly what it is. So
yeah,
it's a tragedy. Thank you for everybody, that goes out and shows support, and really cares about Memorial Day, like you said, and remembering the fallen soldiers.
yeah, 100%. But in that note, let's bring it to light now. Let's go on to happier things. It's a dark thing to talk about, but it's reality. But uh, plug and shameless plug of the week, Steven. Let's start with shameless plug. What is the worst thing you saw last week?
Man, you're gonna really just throw me into the fire after we've had, this talk, this subtle intro. Now we gotta go back to regular lives, talking about sports and bashing on each other again. I
Yeah,
just want to
yeah,
be nice, man. I just want to be nice. It was a good change. But man, my shameless plug. We're switching to a really dark note on this one. Sorry guys for bringing it
yeah.
bringing
We
it so
started off
bad,
dark
but
today, man.
I'm sure most people from Miami have heard the news of what happened with Marcel Ozuna,
Yes.
and that caught me by such surprise because he seemed like such a genuine good guy. Obviously, I never got to meet him or anything, but he seemed like one of the happier guys in the locker room. And I followed him on Instagram, and he'd actually always post pictures with his family and his wife and his kids. And to see the news come out like that, the things he did to his wife, like he really, beat her and did some nasty stuff, and he's locked away. Let's see what happens. I really cheered for him, as a Marlin fan. I was, a big fan of him, but um, there's no place for that in the league. And we've seen that continuously happen in baseball and other sports and basketball and football, wherever you look, and it just happens way too often. And when something like that happens, it can't just be, you got the case was dismissed and you're back in the league. The league has to, you know, have a standard for themselves and not allow players like this who were once arrested to be able to come back and join the league. So, I was a fan of Marcelo Zuna, not anymore. And I think he has no more place in MLB.
Yeah, yeah, and that. The crazy part is that just goes to show you that social media, you can see people's lives like everything is perfect, but you
Mhm.
never know what's going on behind closed doors or what that person's dealing with internally, what demons they have internally. That just goes to show you perfectly, like, nobody, like you said, nobody would have guessed that Marcelo Ozuna would do something like that.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I would see the pictures that he would post all the time, and his family and everyone. He had his the Big Bear nickname, and he just seemed like such a
Yeah,
welcoming, warm guy. And it's not the case at all. Real bad story, like terrible news this week, right there. Like Marcelo Zuna, absolutely terrible, terrible.
yeah. That's just another. That's a huge just topic. Just a bunch of stuff to get into with certain thing like that. We've seen it happen before in many different sports.
Yeah,
Um,
it's far too common, man. Far too common.
yeah.
And like I said,
I,
the leagues take it too soft, and if the guy isn't arrested or something serious doesn't happen, oh well, they just play it off, and the guy was able to pay I don't know how many thousands of dollars in bail, and he's scotch free, and he's back making millions of dollars, and that should never be the case.
I really thought that your shameless plug was going to be roasting me today. But I appreciate it. It's a change. You're being kind today. I
It's a nice
appreciate
change,
that.
man. I took my foot off the gas. I decided to focus my energy somewhere else. So you're welcome for that, bro. I've been roasting a little
I
hard the
thank you.
past couple weeks.
I appreciate it. I thought you were going to roast me for getting a Conor McGregor haircut.
Nah, man. It's all right. It's all right.
Uh, my shameless plug is going to be something personal about my neighbors. Shout out to my neighbors. These, these people, Steven, I kid, you've been in my house. The people
Mhm.
live, okay, so you know where my room is. The people, like, how my bed's facing a certain window?
Uh-huh.
There's the house next to it. These people brought a huge motorhome and parked it in the thing's bigger than the house, bro.
Mhm.
And I'm like, my mom's like, yo, these people better
Like
not
one of
keep
the
that thing
expensive
there.
ones, bro. Like the ones you could drive from like here to Canada.
Yes, one of those.
Nice, nice.
It's parked in front of the house. It's bigger than their house.
Yo,
And
those
my
are those are
mom,
awesome. Those are awesome. But like going inside those, that's an entire house. Like that's a house on
yeah,
wheels.
exactly. But like,
It's awesome.
it's illegal to park one of those in a driveway in front of your
Oh no!
house.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't tell me Karen Danny is coming through. You knocked on
Well,
the door and told him,
not
"Hey."
not me. Not me. You blame my mom for you blame Marlene Torres for that one. She was the one that called the city, the code
Oh no!
enforcer.
Marlene turned into Karen. I'm gonna have to tell her
Bro.
about that, man.
Yeah, she called. She was like, oye, esto no es Hialeah aquí, este carro ahí al lado, parqueado delante de la casa. And then
Yo,
I wasn't. Other neighbors complained too, so she wasn't the only one.
that's funny, man. I mean, I know you can't park like the big 18-wheel trucks or anything commercial like that in front of your house, but you can't park the RVs. I mean,
No,
that's like private. Like you own that like a car, I guess.
you can't park RVs, recreational vehicles in front of your. Bro, Steven, I'm kidding. I'll send you a picture
I mean,
after
did it,
this.
it didn't feel like on the side of their house or anything? Like they just have it in the middle of the road or some shit?
No, it's on their driveway. But Steven, I kid you not. It first of all, it barely fits in the driveway. Second of all, it's legit like it's bigger than the house.
Man,
And the funny thing
I don't
is
know.
that
I don't know, Danny. I might have to call out a Karen on that one, bro. I mean, maybe they're just trying to enjoy their RV, bro.
the
They
other
have it on
day,
tomorrow.
the other day, I go outside to get something from my car, right? And I hear a bunch of laughing, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I look over there. These people got beach chairs all set up around the RV, and they're watching TV from the RV. And I'm like, what is going on? So my dad and my mom made a bet. So my dad's like, oh, they got an RV. You know how expensive those RVs are, whatever. They're probably gonna be gone for like a week, 2 weeks. The kid's gonna finish school online. And my mom's like, nah. Again, shout out to my neighbors. My mom's like, nah, they're not that smart. They're gonna be back in 3 days, guaranteed. And my dad was like, no, it's gonna be 1 or 2 weeks. My dad's
Mhm.
outside painting the fence today. He's just there painting. All of a sudden, boom! Big RV is coming through. It's coming back to the house, and my mom's like, "Te lo dije." Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
man.
You gotta love Cuba.
Um,
You gotta love our own people, bro. Our own Cuban people. Gotta love them.
Cuban people are funny, man.
All right,
Start going off.
we gotta do plug of the week. What is the best thing you saw?
Um, Best thing I saw. I mean, the thing I most enjoyed this week. I only get to see it once every 2 years. The Marlins played against the Red Sox,
This is
and
true.
yeah, it was great. We had a game canceled due to rain. We'll make it up later on in the season, so I'm excited for that. But it was fun, man. My
Congrats, you won both games.
actually listen. I know I'm a Red Sox fan, but my girlfriend asked me the other day if the Marlins and the Red Sox play each other in the World Series, who would you go for? And I was conflicted. I wanted to say the Red Sox because I'm a Red Sox fan, but I mean, I love the Marlins because I've just invested so much time into watching them and learning about them and going to the game since I was a little kid. I mean, it's not like I grew up in Boston, so I love the Red Sox. They're my team, but the Marlins just obviously feel like home. So if they played against each other, I would just have to cheer for both teams. Like I'd be happy with the outcome.
Okay. If you said the Marlins, I was about to call you a fake fan
No, man. Like whoever
because,
wins
like,
and they play each other, I'd be happy. I don't know. Maybe I'd say the Marlins if it's been like 60 years that they don't win one, you know. But
If the Dodgers played the Marlins in the National League Championship Series, I'm obviously gonna go for the Dodgers, but I want to see the Marlins do well. Like
Mhm.
obviously, if the Dodgers are not in it anymore and the Marlins are continuing, then I'll root for the Marlins. But like if they're facing each other, I'm going for the Dodgers.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, the good thing is that you would never have to see them play each other in the World Series. Like if that were
Yeah,
to happen, you know, like Red Sox Marlins, I need a ticket to that game for sure, 100%.
for sure. Yeah, for me it'd only be NLDS or NLCS.
Yeah. So we'll see, bro. I'm excited. Marlins are on the come up. Let's see.
For me, and let me tell you, NL East is really close.
Yeah, the NL East has been so tight this year, tighter than we thought it was going to be, and it's actually emerged into one of the best divisions in baseball, most competitive at least.
Dude, you win one game, and if every other team loses, then you jump into like second or first.
Yeah, man, but it's I so early on into the season,
Yeah,
I just try not to look at the
they,
standings because
yeah,
they just flip flop and change so often. Like a couple years ago when the Nationals won the World Series, halfway through the season, they were either bottom of the division or fourth place. You know, like there were a bunch of games out. So baseball's a crazy sport. You know, whatever happens at the end of the season, you know, whoever gets hot is what it's about. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the NL East, man. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be juicy this year. So
Hey,
go ahead,
NL,
Dominic.
I gotta admit, NL West for me, it's pretty good too.
Yeah, the NL West. I mean, most people have obviously the Dodgers winning, but Dodgers and Padres are making the playoffs guaranteed.
Hey, don't be fooled though. Giants are making a push there too.
Yeah, they've been getting hot early in the season, but you know, will the Giants pitching be consistent all season? I don't think so. Will their bats be as hot as they've been? I don't think so either. Buster Posey has been like one of the best catchers in baseball hitting wise. He doesn't play every day though, since he's so damn old. He plays 2 days and they give him one day off. And he's hitting like 350 something, 340 something, like mashing home runs. So it's tight, man. I used to love watching the Giants. Like those years that they had Tim Lincecum,
Yeah,
Matt Cain, Madison Bumgarner, they were winning
the
World Series.
Panda.
Yeah, Pablo Sandoval. It was so fun to watch him, man. Like that's when I was falling in love with baseball.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
great.
I will tell you though, as a Dodgers fan, like I'm not being biased. I'm just being realistic. But like when the Dodgers get it together, man, they're a scary team to play.
Oh yeah, especially with the pitching staff they have. I mean,
I'm a
it's probably
huge Trevor Bauer fan. I love that guy.
yeah. You guys probably have the most depth, in the rotation, especially young guys. Like the crazy thing is that not only do you guys have great veteran players, the rookies, the young guys you guys have coming up are constantly amazing. Like I don't know where
Yeah,
you just bring up new players. Like dude, Edwin Rios. I love Edwin Rios, man. FIU alum. I wish he would get more playing time, man. The roster is just so stacked that he doesn't get enough playing time. But guys like Gavin Lux, you know,
dude. I was about to tell you, Gavin Lux has been playing nasty.
yeah, Gavin Lux. I had him on my fantasy team at the beginning of the season. He was playing terrible when I dropped him, and now all of a sudden he wants to pick it up and he's playing nasty, and somebody else got him. So
Dude, I think he's hit two
he's
grand
amazing.
slams already.
Yeah, I saw he hit one. He hit two
He's
already.
I think he has two already.
Damn. But yeah,
Yeah.
bro. The Dodgers are scary. Real scary.
So I'm gonna get into my plug of the week. I'm not gonna get into specifics about the game, but I will say definitely what made my week was the best thing I saw was 18,000 packed into Auto Nation Drive Pink Stadium. Dude, it was the atmosphere was electric. Like I was in the press conference room like towards the 75th minute setting stuff up, and all you heard was just like the rumble from above on the roof of people making noise, and it was a beautiful sound. And I was like this is what we've been waiting for such a long time. Like this is what we wanted last year. This is what we wanted. So like it honestly felt like this was the season opener compared to the other games. Like this is what we really wanted, and it was amazing. I'm looking forward to more games being sold out at capacity and having that atmosphere again.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. Just being in a packed stadium again,
Oh, it
it
felt
it seems like a feeling that we haven't had for years, which we haven't. But just getting back to it's going to be great. And Inter Miami, when they build their new stadium, whenever the heck it's going to be,
yeah,
um, when they pack it with fans, and whether it's 30, 40,000 people, at capacity, that stadium's going to be electric. Just seeing how the Vice City and the Legion fans and all those diehard fan bases really go to the games, and man, they're loud for the 90 minutes. All 90 minutes, they're cheering, they're playing their drums, they're screaming, and it's that European, like South American, like soccer
yeah.
atmosphere that you think you wouldn't really get at MLS. Like it's just a regular soccer game that you're gonna sit down and watch and just hang out. You really get into it, man, and it's fun to be in the stadium, and it's a great atmosphere to be a part of.
Dude, I can tell you, like, just those guys, they're just nonstop all game long. They make the most noise. Like,
Yeah, they're nuts, bro. They go
they're
absolutely nuts.
awesome.
Remember when we went to the game and I was partying with them after the game for a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. This guy
Yo,
disappears on me. He's like, I'll be right back. I turn around, see Steven jumping around with like Vice City and Southern Legion, and I'm like, look at this guy, bro. This guy's gonna. I think you had you had a flag in your hand. You were waving that all around. You were
yeah,
like, let's go.
yeah, man. I was having a good time, bro. We lost the game, but if people are partying, I'm there, man.
That's the
I'm
thing.
there.
We lost the game, but people were still like were energetic, had that atmosphere, of the
Yeah.
fan base and stuff like that.
It's like diehard support, which is, crazy to see from a team that's so young, so
Exactly.
recently made. And there's a lot of fans, like there's a lot of people that, get riled up. Like if it's not like a little section of like, two people, hitting a
No,
drum, and
it's a whole stand.
it's like hundreds of people, and like I don't know how many thousand people fit in that back stand. But bro, they're getting the sun right in their face for 90 minutes. The people,
Yeah.
most of them got shirts off. Like, yo, if there's ever gonna be COVID somewhere, it's gonna be in the middle of those guys.
Yeah,
But
remember I told you we were sitting there and I'm like, "Yep, that's a spreader."
yeah,
Dude,
man.
honestly,
Yeah,
we were doing the pregame show, and one of the guys from Vice City was dressed as a pirate, and he jumped from the stand onto the field and got behind Thomas Ronion and Kaylin Kyle doing the pregame show, and he just started waving the Vice City flag, and Thomas Ronion gets up and he just grabs the flag and starts waving it with him, and it was awesome, man. Like it was 18,000, but it sounded like so much more.
yeah,
It
I'm
was
sure.
great. But we're talking about soccer, so Steven, I'm sorry, but we gotta talk about it, man. Look, I'm your shrink. We gotta talk about your emotions, your feelings. UEFA Champions League final. Chelsea, the pride of London, defeats Manchester City 1-0 to become champions of Europe for the second time in club history, and to leave Manchester City in pain and without conquering the Covenant title that Manchester City fans have been wanting for years now.
Wow.
Steven,
What an intro, man. Wow. I mean, as salty as I am,
you
that's
like
something
that? That was
different.
that was well put together.
That was nice. That was nice. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I enjoyed that. As the tears are falling down my face, I could at least express some happiness for you. And it's tough, man. It's tough. I haven't really wanted to talk about it with, like, some other City fans that I know, because
Go ahead. Vent.
it's
Vent
just
on vent to the people. I'm gonna
it's
sip
just
my
tough,
beer while
bro.
here.
So, okay, here we go. It all started off an hour before kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
As usual, an important game in the Champions League by Pep Guardiola will consist of a fuck up in the lineup. And I'm sorry for the language, but that's just
Sometimes you have
all
to.
it is.
Yeah.
When I saw the lineup and I see Raheem Sterling playing striker without a CDM, because our best goal scorer all season is playing CDM, I don't know what goes through his mind. It like all season long, he was playing his first team lineup did not include Sterling. Whenever he was giving players fitness, whenever there was a bench game, Sterling would come in, and Sterling was never part of the first team.
Dude,
He would
Sterling
have
barely even makes it into the England squad.
barely, just because of what he's done. But his this season, he's been absolutely terrible. I mean, evidently, he was in Reece James's back pocket, like if he was linked. Like Reece James had to reach all the way back in there and like pull out little Raheem Sterling from his pocket because that's where he had him for 90 minutes. It was terrible. When he tried to play through the middle, he had remember the early chance he had that Ederson played him a beautiful ball over top.
Yeah.
He takes the touch. The touch is bad. Reece James plays it off him. He gets like Rudiger blocks a shot also. That was my first dilemma because the squad wasn't capable on offense of doing what they've been doing all season. Raheem Sterling just got the ball and he he didn't look to attack anything. Gundogan couldn't make his usual runs into the box and have any goal scoring chances because he was too busy playing CDM, which is a role he hasn't played all season. It doesn't make sense, man. We played 2 games the entire season without Fernandinho or Rodri starting. 2. That was one of them. Champions League final.
I'm gonna let you keep going because I have my own things to say, but I'm just gonna let you go. Keep going.
No. I can keep. This is just the beginning, man. It's tough, bro. It's tough, and we didn't play a terrible game. But Chelsea just played a better one. Chelsea's defense was A1. Did they park the bus? Yeah, they parked the bus. Did they park the bus and go on the counterattacks? Yeah, but guess what? That's how you beat Man City. That's how you beat a Pep Guardiola managed team. You defend well, you park the bus, you stay back, and you wait for their offense to push up and be on top of you guys. And you have your one-on-one with the center back or your 2-on-1. You have numbers going forward, and that's usually the recipe for beating Pep Guardiola's squad.
This is true.
It was there again, and I was, you remember, I'm the first guy to tell you Rodri is not my favorite player. If we could find another CDM, that's good. We can't, I would. But you need an anchor in front of your center backs. You need a guy that's there playing defense. Gundogan was that guy before, but this season he wasn't because he's caring about scoring goals. He's caring about being in front. He doesn't care about playing defense, and it was evident because he was lost like all the time in that Rodri role because he didn't play it well. He was nowhere to be found. They were getting passing lanes in front of goal like it was nothing. Like one center back was being sucked in somewhere, and then there was a huge hole right in front of him. For someone to take a shot.
Right off the bat in that game, Chelsea looked dangerous, man. They were getting into the box way too easily.
Yeah, but for the first 15 minutes, it was back and forth. They would get a chance, we would get a chance. Bro, when Timo Werner scuffed that chance that he had within the first, I think, 10, 15 minutes of the game that he just shot the ball straight into the ground of Ederson. Oh, man. I shouted some obscene gestures at him because he just at that point he just sucked,
I personally thought that he should have done a dummy, let the ball go through, and I forgot who was waiting in the middle, but whoever that was wide open. If he would have let it go, they would have had a clear shot at the goal.
Yeah, Werner had a terrible game. Terrible game.
Yeah, but then when he does score, it's against Real Madrid.
Correct. But yeah, man. Tough game, tough scenes. Do I want Pep out?
This is a question I told you we would revisit if Man City lost. This is a question we would visit.
Do I want Pep out? I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Obviously, a part of me does, because it's been too many years already, man. Too many years of the same thing. And when you are the clear favorite to win a Champions League title, you should be winning it. From the beginning of the season, where you're just dominant, when you win the division, when you're 3 spots ahead of the team you're playing against, and you're supposed to be much better than them, there's just no more excuses, man. Chelsea had no reason to win it, but all props to them for doing so. But at the beginning of the season, you tell me Chelsea's getting anywhere near the trophy, I'm telling you you're crazy.
I'm going to run by, at the top of my head, a list of free agent coaches that but I will say it for you to replace Pep Guardiola, and I want you to tell me yes or no. We're going to go number one, Zinedine Zidane. Would you want him at Man City?
No, I wouldn't.
Interesting. Okay.
He's a good manager, man. Did everything with Madrid. Props to him, but I just don't feel like he's good enough at like changing around tactics and seeing
Tactics.
what suits a team, and I just don't see him. I don't see him
Okay.
fit.
Antonio Conte.
Mm, mm, I mean I wouldn't take him over Pep. Def, definitely not. I don't
You
know,
stuck
man.
on this one.
It's just so tough. I mean I wouldn't take him over Pep. I wouldn't.
Okay. Mauricio Pochettino.
Mm-mm-mm. Seems like a good coach. I mean, I like him, but dude doesn't win titles. Don't like. I'm not a real big fan of his style of play. He likes to play more defensive, and with a team that's been attacking for so long, it's hard to just switch. To such a defensive-minded shape. So, no, man. I
Okay.
don't know.
This is another big name free agent coach that's on the market. Carlo Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. Why there's so many Italian guys, huh? Like, are all the Italians good managers? I don't get it.
I personally like him.
I like him too. He's a great manager. He's a great coach, but I'm not sure, man. It's just so hard to say who I would take over him now, man. We have the prems. Hey, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm saying get Pep out of here. I want to kick him out or anything. I'm just saying I'm getting hesitant, man. I'm getting mad. I'm frustrated.
Okay.
It's been too
You
long.
got
It's been too many prems. I don't care if we don't win another prem. I just want the damn Champions League. I don't care if they finish fourth in the prem every season. They need a Champions League.
you have two Madrid legends that are up searching for coaching jobs at big clubs. You have Raul and you have Xabi Alonso, who's done, I will tell you, he has done a phenomenal job with Real Sociedad.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be comfortable giving a team to
They don't have the
people who are
experience
so
yet.
young,
Yeah.
inexperienced. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it.
What about Roberto Martinez? He's done a good job with Belgium as the national team coach.
He has done a good job with Belgium, and he is a good coach. He sees things differently. I like the 3-back system he plays over there at Belgium, and he was a good coach for Everton too. Um, maybe they could give him an interview and talk to him. I mean, I like the Belgian squad. Like my favorite national team to watch is Belgium, obviously because of KDB also. But
Rejoining the Belgium national team coaching management and fresh off of the Montreal Impact, would you have Thierry Henry?
oh man, no way. No way, dude. That's just another case of hiring a player for the
His
name.
name.
It has to show me proof. Show me what you've done.
First of all,
It'll be a Frank Lampard 2.0.
first
Like
of all,
who I think would be a good manager? Steven Gerrard.
oh yeah, of
Steven Gerrard,
course.
he's a really intelligent football player, super smart guy, and he's done a good job at Derby County. Like he's playing over there, and that's a Scottish league, right? I'm pretty
I
sure.
believe it's like second or third division England.
No, I'm kidding. He's not. Is he Derby County, or is he
He's not.
Rangers?
Wayne Rooney's Derby County.
Yeah, he's Rangers. That's why Steven Gerrard
Yeah.
he's a coach of Rangers over in Scotland, where he's done a good job. But it's the same thing. You have to give him more user experience, understanding how to manage players. Because if not, you have the case of Frank Lampard coming in too early and just throwing it all to crap. So
That's true.
do I want Pep out right now? No. Do I want some changes? Yeah, I need something, man. Like I need somebody to tell him, scream in his ear when he's making the lineups for a big game, because I don't know, just like slap him across the head. Doesn't
Okay.
make sense to me.
Are you ready? Are you ready for my statement?
Hit me with it, man. Oh, by the way, KDB got injured in minute, what was it, around the 60th minute? Um,
Yes, with that nose fracture, right?
it was an orbital fracture, so he fractured his eye, and then I think he broke his nose too or something.
Nose,
But
yeah.
like this was all purple down here,
Yeah.
and fractured that, went straight into Rudiger, like head first, freaking into his shoulder, hit his face or something. I don't know. It was bad, man. I was so pissed to just see that happen, and I was deflated. Like at that point, seeing the way we were playing, and when KDB went out, that's when I was like, all right, game's over.
Are you
Mm,
ready? Are you ready for my statement?
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna roast you. I'm gonna be nice. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it in a nice way, Steven. Look, this show for the folks. I have a heart. I'm not like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. I have a heart. But it was everything I told you was gonna happen. It didn't matter what round it was gonna be in. I told you it was going to happen. Just like Stephen A. Smith says about my Dallas Cowboys, Manchester City is an accident waiting to happen. Pep Guardiola is still living in 2009, 2011 Barcelona days. Tiki Taka is no more. That's why Spain is no longer on top of the international world, because people figured out how to play Tiki Taka. Manchester City is, the people are going to get hyped. Manchester City this, Manchester City that, and they're going to fall at a certain point. They're going to fall because they always choke. At a certain point, they always choke. And I agree with you on why you would be hesitant and impatient, and you have every right to be as a City fan, because at a certain point it comes you spending all this money on all these players, but you can't win outside of England. How many more Premier Leagues or Carabao Cups are you guys gonna win? Like,
I don't want any more, man. I don't want, like, all
exactly.
these Carabao Cups. You could throw them in the dishwasher. I
The
don't want to see
all
them, man.
that's why, like, Barcelona fans, oh, we won the Copa del Rey. I can care less about the Copa del Rey. Like, I can care less. What really matters when it comes down to having an elite team that has a lot of money put into them and a big name coach is, can you win Europe? Can you win the Champions League? That's how you prove if your team, your squad is one of the greatest in European history. Not just, we know Manchester City's proven. We know that they can win the Premier League. They've done that. They've showed us that. Now, please go ahead and win a Champions League. That's what we need to know from Manchester City to see if they're actually an elite squad. And I'm sorry, Steven, but until they do so, they're not. It's like saying LeBron James before he joined the Heat. So much talk of LeBron being the best, LeBron being the best, but he couldn't win a ring. No one was going to put him into that, like propel him into that conversation until he finally won. And for us to finally propel Manchester City into that greatness conversation, they need to win the Champions League. And they had a great opportunity. I think that they had a better team than Chelsea this year. They played overall better than Chelsea this year. But, and when I tell you, I did tell you this. I told you this, Steven, and mark my words. You know I told you. I
What you
told
tell
you
me?
in the round of 16 of this tournament. I told you, be careful. Chelsea is the dark horse of this tournament. And look what happened. They made it all the way to the final as a dark horse, and they won. And
Amen.
again, Man City, man, they will not get that respect from people and into that conversation of greatness if they cannot win a Champions League.
No, 100%, man. It's tough, dude. It's tough. 100%. You have to, win the championship, win the title, to get to Trophy Land and be at the top of the sport. We haven't done that. We're winning the Prem, champions of England. You know, like I said, it's enough. Enough is enough, man. I don't want to see any more of that. It's over with. Um,
But
Same old story,
honestly,
dude. It's the same old story.
from friend to friend, tell me what you think of that comment he made, that he thinks winning a Premier League is more important than the Champions League. Like, as a football fan, like, that is insane.
No, no, 100%. I mean, I hope he said it to try to take pressure off of the Champions League or something like that. And, I mean, what is he gonna say? Like, all he's won are the Premier titles. He hasn't won the Champions League with City. So, you know, he made that comment. She shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. But
I think probably that even upsets the fan base like yourself even more.
yeah, I mean, it does, because there's no reason for him to be saying that, and he just proves it year after year by folding the Champions League and not paying any 2 cents to it. But I'm still grieving, bro. I'm still grieving, man. This was the 1 year we were supposed to win it. There's a 1 year we had it. We actually got to the finals. We played against freaking Chelsea of all people. And shout out to N'Golo Kante for being the best
Oh,
midfielder in the world.
but hey,
And
he
there's
he
no
played
ifs,
his
ands, or
part.
buts about it. You cannot name me a
He
better midfielder in the world than N'Golo Kante right now.
he played not only this game but the entire Champions League. He played phenomenal.
Locked everybody down. Nobody could do
Yeah,
anything to him. The reason why Chelsea's defense seems so astute is because of him. I mean, who does Chelsea have at center back? Rudiger, he's an average player at best. Thiago Silva is 1,000 years old, constantly getting red
exactly.
cards, on the verge of being washed. Andreas Christensen and Kurt Zuma are both trash, absolute terrible center backs. And Aspilicueta is a good player. So, Conte holding it down in the middle and Aspilicueta getting those key clearances that he got, man. Like, there was a couple of 2 chances we had that, we were going to score our signature City goals, just sweated across the face of goal to someone open back post, and Aspilicueta dove down and cleared the ball out of play. So, if it wasn't for those two guys really, anchoring down Chelsea's defense, I don't know what would have happened to him. Yeah.
And now you are without El Kun Agüero, who today was unveiled as an FC Barcelona player, which for me is just another scapegoat and attempt to try to keep Messi at the club, because we all know Messi's not happy at Barcelona. You can see it in his body gesture. Like, the guy in the last game walked off the field and didn't talk to anybody. You can just tell he's not happy. And here's my thing, and I think this is laughable, Steven. Not, and me being a Madrid fan, like, I think you can laugh at this too. Agüero today said that Barcelona is the best team in the world.
He
And
said
I
that?
was like, he said that today. He said Barcelona is the best team in the world. And I was like, are you on drugs?
I mean, what is he gonna say, man? He just got contracted to the club.
Bro, just say, hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to get to work and to play with mi amigo Leo Messi, and I'm ready to go. You don't have to say we're the best club in the world when you obviously ni Ed creo es. He doesn't even believe that himself, bro.
Yeah. I mean, to come from a club that you've been playing with for so long, and then to just go somewhere else on the same day, say something like that. It's
That
pretty
that also.
it's pretty blasphemous. But there's just a point where Sergio Aguero really can't do anything wrong, bro. In the eyes of Manchester City, it's Sergio Aguero, and it just sucks that he left, bro. Like, I wanted to win that Champions League so bad, last season for Aguero. Like, I wanted him to score so bad.
That's just something I was about to tell you. Like, as a Man City fan, I'd feel like that's a slap in the face.
Yeah, I mean, low key, it is. It is. He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have been so drastic with his words. But then again, it's Sergio Aguero, bro. He's a club legend, like probably the best player in Man City history.
I don't know where he got his statistics from or what Barcelona team he's watching, but definitely far
Hey,
off from
Danny,
being the
Danny, Danny.
best in the
We're
world.
not hating today, bro. Come on, come on. You're just expending your energy on Barcelona right now, bro. Come on.
Before we,
Put it into good vibes.
by the way, Ronald Koeman might be out of there too. He might even be coaching there next season.
Guys should have been out of there a long time ago. Should have been
But
coaching PSV Eindhoven or something.
well, dude, I mean, have you seen the coaches they've had before Koeman? They had Quique Setién, who was the coach of Betis, bro. Like, they just needed someone badly and say, hey, Quique Setien, we really need help, man. Like we need a coach. Just come in here and coach for us.
Yeah, they always got a big coach problem over there.
So, and before we move on from the soccer topic and into some basketball, I want to talk about my club. The title
Oh,
holders,
oh
the
t-
the
title
title
holders.
of the most Champions League in history, Real Madrid, the
Oh my
most
god.
the most
No, no,
Ligas
no,
in
no.
history. No, this is a
Um,
serious
Hold
question.
on, let me get my textbook and let me open up to a page so you can let me know what history we're reading.
Hey,
Go ahead.
excuse me. You should not be talking the one who can't win a Champions League, let alone 3 in a row. So I would not be talking. But anyway, that's
Hey man,
aside
leave me
from
alone with my prems, bro.
that's aside from the fact. So most Champions League, most Ligas, we don't have a coach. Zidane recently just said he's out the door. He said in an open letter yesterday, it came out on AS Diario, it's a Spanish newspaper, said that he lost trust with the club, and we obviously know why. There's Mr. I want to create the Super League leading our club. Um, I don't know. There's been rumors of Antonio Conte. I don't want him. I don't want him.
No.
I don't want him. Uh, there's been rumors. You see, this one I read this morning, and this one I was actually very happy about it, about having a Carlo Ancelotti part two, which, in my opinion, they never should have let him go. He won the Champions League and Copa del Rey for us in 2014. 2015, all we won was FIFA Club World Cup and I think it was the UEFA Super Cup and nothing else. And then they fired him, and I don't know why, because he was actually a really good coach for us.
Mhm.
And if they bring him back, I'll be happy with that. But Antonio Conte, no. Raul, he will only be there because he's a club legend and he's a big name. Xavi Alonso, okay, he's done good with Real Sociedad. But again, like you take a job like Real Madrid, like you gotta know, and I'm sure he knows the pressures. Both him and Raul know the pressures that comes along with being a manager of Real Madrid. But like, I don't think they're there yet to be a
Yeah.
coach for a big club like that. They need more experience. But I'll be happy if Carlo Ancelotti comes back and coaches. I know they were interested in Allegri, but Allegri just rejoined Juventus.
Mhm.
They sacked Pirlo, which obviously that didn't go well.
Yep.
Um,
Another case of a manager coming in too early.
exactly. Like, dude, this guy just retired and like, hey, come be our coach.
Yeah, dude. Like, yo, just because the guy was a good soccer player doesn't mean that he immediately knows how to handle an entire organization of players and coaches.
Now, there is some player news that I did read, and I was like, he's old, but like,
Transfer news?
yeah, they're thinking about Courtois' backup being Gianluigi Buffon.
Buffon.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's 100 years old, bro.
Hey, but I'd rather have Buffon than freaking Lunin from Ukraine.
Yeah. It's a backup keeper, bro. Buffon will be good for like half a season. He's old, bro. He's too
Yeah,
old.
yeah, he is. He is. But again, I'd prefer him as our backup keeper than Lunin from Ukraine.
Oh, for sure.
But supposedly Marcelo's out of Real Madrid. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
um, apparently Sergio Ramos is out the door. Like, dude, at this point for Real Madrid, what they need to do, they just need to bomb the entire squad.
Yeah.
Start over. It's time.
It's
It's
I
time.
mean, you guys are at the breaking point almost, where Barca's at, where if you don't make some serious changes, everything is literally gonna collapse. Like you guys are
Yeah.
close, man. Benzema is your entire offense, and once he's gone, Real Madrid's screwed.
They
So
just resigned. They just resigned Luka Modric.
mhm. Yeah, a bunch of old guys, bro.
But again, there's something before we move on that I want to say. There's just so much soccer talk. It's like it's just so much to talk about. Uh, France is looking scary, man, for the Euros.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the front. I know Griezmann hasn't been his best at Barcelona, but still, like, he's a talented player. Like, dude, the front three: Griezmann, Benzema, and Mbappe. Dude, that 3 alone right there, that is so scary.
Yeah, it is. It is scary. It's just nasty. I mean,
Dude, that is defender
if
nightmare.
Griezmann can play, to Griezmann's actual levels, it's going to be scary.
No, if he can play to his actual level alongside El Gato and Mbappe, dude, France is winning.
Oh yeah, or even Kingsley Coleman, bro. Like they got some good wingers. Because
Dude,
Benzema's in the middle, you got Mbappe playing on the left. You need somebody on the right. If Griezmann can play that role, come in with his left foot, definitely. But I think Griezmann will play more central, like a false nine kind of role.
yeah.
And then leave space for somebody, maybe like a Thauvin.
We'll have another episode dedicated to the Euros and Copa America and CONCACAF Gold Cup, but we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Okay.
It was rough, man. It was really rough. The Miami Heat get swept 4-0 to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, it was you, me, and Jordan and Isaac on this show. We all said that the Bucks were gonna beat the Heat, and we thought it was gonna be like 5 or 6, but none of us predicted that this was gonna be a 4-0 sweep.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing, man.
Tough.
It was embarrassing. My thing was they just looked like they had no effort.
Yeah. It was just sad to watch them. Like ever since that first game, it seemed like that, Chris Middleton shot just like sucked all the life out of them. They were playing well. First game, everything was normal. And then after that, wheels just came off. Bam forgot how to play basketball. Jimmy forgot how to play basketball. And it seemed like no one wanted to give any effort. No one wanted to fight for a rebound.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that threw me off today. The reports were saying that the Miami Heat believe that they don't need any changes and that believe in Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, and that's all they need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's evident that. I mean, I don't want to say. Yeah, I don't want to say it's evident. I don't want to make any too many statements right now because the team is still young. Tyler Hero's going through growing pains. Man, did you see Achilles lost it, man, when Edwin posed the question, if Tyler Hero's done. And man, that was hilarious. Shout out to the Lemon City guys, man. Their show is great. Love watching those guys. And dude, I don't know how I feel about it. Achilles was kind of right. Tyler Hero's in his second season. He's still young, but the regression is real. It's evident. You can see it. You can see him not being as promising as we thought he was. And it's kind of sad, bro.
Look, Achilles, shout out to you. I love you, man. Steven, I think you probably feel the same way, but when you say you have the chance to trade for James Harden and give away Tyler Hero, and you pick Tyler Hero.
Hey, but listen, what something that is true, which also Achilles was also talking about. Shout out to Achilles for sponsoring this whole segment, by the way. Thanks, man. You make some great content. It wasn't just Hero. The package wouldn't have been Hero. The package would have been, a ton of guys, and he would have had to basically change, the base of their franchise to then build around Harden, which would have been, big mess. Nobody knows what would have happened. But in hindsight, straight up, would you trade Tyler Hero for James Harden? That would be a yes any day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 times on Sunday. Whenever you want, I'll do that.
It's just, look, Trevor, look, the thing is, I think they made, and usually I give a lot of credit to the Heat front office, but I think they made a lot of.
Pat Riley is a GOAT.
He is, but I just think that last summer after the finals, they made a lot of bad moves, man. Like, should have never got rid of Jay Crowder. Mm-hmm. Derrick Jones Jr., even though, he wasn't like a amazing superstar player, but he gave you some good
Yeah.
contributions.
And I mean the thing with Jay Crowder is that obviously they were looking for free agents and they didn't want to, give him the 3-year contract he wanted for the money he wanted. They were happy with giving him a 2-year deal and he just didn't want that. He wanted to be, have a longer deal, have a, more money. But case is, yeah, they should have signed him. They should have re-signed him, should have given him the money because Heat fans are always going to be a little crazy and always think that we're getting every single free agent in the entire world. But if you look at it, how plausible was Giannis signing with the Heat? After we just thrashed him in the series, dude, don't go out and try to sign him. Try to sign the guy who helped you stop him. Try to keep that same recipe. You just got to the finals.
Exactly,
What
dude.
are we changing the recipe for? Who are we going after? Build on what you got.
And not only Giannis, Crowder, and you're seeing it right now in the Phoenix series. He knows how to defend and lock up LeBron James.
Yeah, I mean he's getting some stick because he's not hitting his threes, he's not hitting his shots, but he's been getting paid for being a LeBron stopper.
Hey, and he gets.
Actually,
And you've seen the series. If you've seen the series so far between LA and Phoenix, like he's getting into LeBron's head. Like LeBron is wanting to fight him. Like in the
yeah,
games and get physical with him because Jay Crowder is getting in his head.
yeah, he's a great defender.
Definitely. Again, man, like Trevor Ariza, like we spent all the free agency focusing on signing. You remember we spent a lot of time on the phone together talking about this. We
Mm-hmm.
spent half a free age, like half of the trade deadline, like freaking trying to sign Kyle Lowry. That folded, which only gave us like 5 minutes before the deadline to sign somebody. We end
Mm-hmm.
up with Victor Oladipo, who has played or contributed to this team a good 7 minutes and then got hurt again.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, he was the big target that we acquired, and it sucks, man, that he got hurt. It was a good deal, Obviously, they got him for absolutely nothing. Avery Bradley and Kelly O, which great trade, but injury riddled player. You can't count on him
He's
to be
injury
healthy,
prone.
bro.
He's
Injury
injury
prone player.
prone.
You can't count on him to be healthy. Can't count on him, to play a whole season. Sucks. Absolutely sucks.
I disagree with the Heat on this one. They first of all they need size. Like look at that Lakers series in the finals, or even in this Bucks series. Like they're small. Like they get
Mhm.
out muscled and outworked. They need tall, bigger guys.
Yeah, that's why they went on to get Dwayne Dedman, who's been about the best player all series, probably.
Dude, him like our size is him, Bam, and Precious. Who Precious hasn't done crap.
Precious barely gets any minutes. Yeah, Dwayne Dedman's literally our biggest player. He is our force inside. Which I mean, credit to him. He played as well as he could this series. Was one of the only players giving effort and crashing the boards relentlessly. But tough,
Hey, and
tough sweep. You lose 2 games by 30 points. That's not Heat basketball. That's not Heat culture. Like you, that's the thing is you don't see the Heat get blown out like that.
no,
And
you
like
don't.
for it just to be like humiliating as it was, bro, not fun at all.
And the last thing on this topic is that I read about an hour ago before coming on this show. Duncan Robinson's a free agent, and reports are saying he's willing to try it. Like he's willing to shop the market.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
if he gets out of Miami, man, like
yeah. I mean, he's all power to him to go get as much money as he can. The Heat discovered him. The Heat brought him to what he is. But if they don't pay him the money, he's out of here.
hey,
And bro, he's just another testament of the Heat developing players and doing a freaking badass job of getting guys at the G League and turning them into NBA athletes.
hey, but I will say, it'd be scary. Duncan Robinson on the Warriors,
Jeez, that
dude.
would be scary.
Dude, the 3-point shooting there. Oh man, I do think the Warriors will be. If it's not this next upcoming year or the year out, they'll be back. They'll be back.
Mhm.
But anyways, we've hit the hour mark. We had a lot of talking for today. On this Memorial Day, I'm gonna hit you with the trivia question. Who has won more bowl games in the last 10 to 12 years? The Miami Hurricanes or the FIU Panthers?
Panthers.
It is FIU. FIU has won more bowl games than UM in the last 10 to 12 years.
Oh yeah.
They won the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl against Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also beat Toledo in, I believe it was the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
UM has been to more bowl games, but they've
They
lost
love
them
losing
all.
their bowl games.
Yeah. Louisiana Tech. I think they lost to South Carolina once. I think they lost to Nevada once.
I saw them lose a bowl game once.
Louisville. They lost to
Mm-hmm.
Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Who did they just lose to? Oh, it was Oklahoma State, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Oklahoma State. Yeah, man. Wisconsin twice.
Terrible. Yeah, that's the one that I saw. They played against Wisconsin in the Orange Bowl, right? Did they play it here?
Yeah, it was Orange Bowl
Mhm.
here, and then the following year was the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, they got destroyed in that Orange Bowl, man. Wisconsin beat them by like 20, 30 points. I remember being there watching it from like the nosebleeds because they got like some free tickets. I was like, shit, great game. They got destroyed.
I think the Louisiana Tech one in the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl, that was really bad.
Oh yeah, I mean, anytime you lose to two CUSA teams same season, that's rough.
Hey, and I just want to say, to start this new college football season, I don't know how you feel about it, but they're gonna get murdered in week 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. UM versus
They're-
Alabama. They better be
They're
ready for that one.
they're going to get murdered
You know,
in week 1.
big time.
It's gonna be sad, man. But hey, who are we? We're just two guys that know nothing. You know, people don't pay attention to us. We say shit and it happens, and they're like, "Hey, look, Steven and Daniel are actually kind of right." Well, you should have listened to us in the first place.
That's why they gotta tune in, man. You gotta tune in if you want to be knowledgeable. You gotta know
Tune
the
in
facts.
every single Monday nights at 9:00. We only did 10:00 last week because of the playoff game, but we're back to 9:00. For Steven and myself, it's been another productive episode. This is usually, you know what? This is usually just me and Steven on a usual weekday. Like, honestly, our conversations is like we're doing the show every day, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But we appreciate every single one of you for tuning in and, giving us the motivation to keep on going and doing what we love. We'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody. See you.